Your assistant on the day for the event staff will fulfill its responsibilities efficiently. At this time, Steeleville High School would like all fans to know that the AED is located to my left underneath the fire extinguisher. Please take a mental note of this location in the event of a cardiac emergency.
From Steeleville High School at Steeleville, Illinois, it's the championship game of the Steeleville Class 1A Girls Basketball Tournament here on the NFHS Network. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Rigg alongside Brother Troy Rigg. We are the voices of the Lions, and we're getting ready to bring you this championship game tonight between our Edwards County Lady Lions, who come in with a record of 28 wins and only 3 losses. And it's been a long time, Troy, since Edwards County has lost a game. And their opponent tonight will be the Marissa Coulterville Meteors. Their record is 14 wins against 16 losses. We will be telling you a little bit later on here in the pregame how this high school team became known as the Meteors. That was a question that's been bothering me all week. I'm sure it has. I finally looked it up. I Googled it and found out why they are the Marissa Coulterville Meteors. So we'll be telling you that later. Actually, Troy, it's kind of I don't know what word I want to use. Surprise, I guess, is the best word I can get, that we have Marissa Coulterville in this championship game. Because after Monday night, Edwards County easily defeated New Athens 67-33. In the second game Monday night, Marissa upset Waterloo-Jabot Catholic 38-23. Now, why do I call it an upset? Well, it's because Marissa played Jabot Catholic 3 times during the season, and all 3 times lost. Their first loss to Jabot Catholic was on the 14th of November. They lost that game by 10 points. On the 22nd of November, they lost again to Jabot Catholic, that time by 24 points. And then they lost again on the 29th of December to Jabot Catholic by 11 points. But when it really counted, Monday night, I guess, it was an upset, because Jabot Catholic had been seeded as the number 2 team in this Steeleville tournament. Obviously, Edwards County was seeded number 1 in this tournament, Jabot Catholic number 2. But Jabot Catholic got knocked off by this Marissa Coulterville team. Troy Checks and Webcast Boosters, that's how we are covering our expenses and bringing you Lady Lions basketball here tonight. Way over here in Steeleville, about a 2.5-hour drive here at least from my house it is. Roy?
Citizens National Bank in Albion, we're a full-service bank offering checking accounts, savings accounts, business and personal loans, and safety deposit boxes. Doug Graber is your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion, Nails Funeral Home in Albion and Fairfield, serving the area with professionalism and care in your family's time and need. Jason Holfaker, always a supporter of the Lions. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools David Cowger and his family. David, Tiffany, Madeline, Camden, and Addison. Georgia Shirley Tribe, our faithful supporters of the Edwards County Lions. Greg and Nancy Nelson are Kaysen's grandparents. Girls head basketball coach Jonathan Hinton and his wife Becky. Britt and Fleta Shepard are Isabel's parents. Gary and Janice Shepard are the grandparents of Isabel Shepard. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife Jerry. Mitchell Insurance and Real Estate Agency at 18 West Main in Albion. One stop for all of your insurance and real estate needs. And Evan and Cheryl Welker are Gracie LaFollette's grandparents.
Well, as I said earlier, Edwards County comes in with a record of 28 wins, only 3 losses. The last time they lost was back on the 8th of December when at Mount Carmel they lost to the Lady Aces 62-55. Now, truthfully, they came close to losing back on the 2nd of February down at El Dorado when they defeated El Dorado in overtime 68-61, but it took a last second shot with 15 seconds to go, a three-point shot by Isabel Shepard to tie the score and then send the game into overtime, and then Edwards County did win it 68-61. So it's been quite a season, Troy, and quite honestly, I would be shocked, and I mean shocked, if the Lady Lions lost this game tonight to this Marissa Coulterville team, because they've got a record of 14-16. They don't play as tough a schedule as our Lady Lions do, and after all, Lady Lions are seeded number 1 in this regional.
Yeah, Dave, when you go by that, the seeding of where they're at, the one thing you have to say to yourself is what you just pointed out before. Jabot Catholic had 3 wins already over this team, and then Marissa pulled off an upset Monday night and won. But, Dave, I just have a gut feeling that from watching the game against New Athens Monday night, totally different team, Dave, but I just have a gut feeling that this Marissa team is going to have trouble with Edwards County's press. I don't think they're going to be able to run with Edwards County. They don't have much height over there, Dave. I think Edwards County will control the boards against them. So unless something just goes horribly wrong, Dave, I believe our Edwards County Lady Lions are going to win a regional championship tonight.
Well, I've been counting noses over there on the other side of the gym, which is our side of the gym, and I think we've got close to 60 Edwards County fans have made this long journey over here to Steeleville to root for the Lady Lions here tonight. So we're a little bit less than 4 minutes away from tip-off time. Edwards County Lions. Troy, I got to be honest also in this respect. The games that Edwards County played against Flora, and then there was the other game after that. Let me look at the schedule here. I felt like the Lady Lions were going backwards. They just didn't seem to have the drive. They didn't seem to be going after loose balls with as much intensity. I know what it was. It was the win over Oblong, Palestine, Hudsonville. I expected them to go up there to Oblong or to Palestine and wipe the floor up with that team, but they really didn't. And so I was concerned going into the tournament if the Lady Lions had perhaps peaked and now we're on a downward trend. I don't think that was true Monday night in that win over New Athens. But the thing about that, though, Troy, is after tonight, any team we run into, they're going to be tough. Well, we've got to play our best basketball.
Exactly, Dave. After that, if they win this game tonight and move on to sectionals, you can't have an off night, Dave, because let's just say, for example, if Pope County wins their regional, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't, especially when it's on their home floor, they're going to be a tough opponent, Dave. You're not going to be able to afford to have an off night. You're going to have to kick it into overdrive right away, because it looks like from some of their previous scores against other teams, and again, they've been on their home floor, Pope County has really been beating some teams. So they're going to have to play better, and that's what you would expect when you get into sectional play.
All right, if Edwards County does win this game tonight, and we expect them to win, then they would play next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at Christopher in the Christopher sectional against the winner of the Golconda regional, which Troy and I believe will most likely be Pope County. Pope County, they are facing Gallatin County tonight at Golconda. The other regionals of interest to us at Mounds Regional tonight, it's Goreville against Mounds Meridian, and at Bruford tonight, it's Christopher against Woodlawn. I'll tell you what, Troy, I think Christopher will probably win that game there and be one of the teams in the Christopher sectional next Tuesday night. Fortunately for us, though, we wouldn't have to face Christopher until perhaps the championship game of the Christopher Sectional next Thursday night. All right, here's why they are called the Marissa Coulterville Meteors. In 1927, 3 meteors fell in Tilden, Illinois. One stone weighed 110 pounds, another weighed 46 pounds, and another weighed 9 pounds. Tilden is a little town midway between Marissa and Coulterville. So that's why they're called the Marissa Coulterville Meteors. All right, we're just about ready for the playing of the national anthem. Officials for tonight's game are Adam Emling and John Allen as the officials. The referee is Bradley Bailey. As soon as they shut the recorded music off here, I think we'll get a recording of the national anthem. And everybody rising to their feet. We can't do that here without tipping our table over. So I'll just have to salute the flag.
Steeleville High School, and welcome to tonight's regional championship game between the visiting Marissa Coulterville Lions, Meteors, and the home Edwards County Lions.
I think we got more fans here, Troy, than they have.
Please rise as we honor our nation with playing the national anthem.
Troy's going to get ready to give you the starting lineups. First of all, for the Marissa Coulterville Meteors.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Meteors. At forward, 5'7" sophomore, number 30, Hannah Rousey.
Number 30 is Hannah Krause. She is a sophomore.
5'7" junior, number 5, Mia.
Number 5, Mia Lanier is a junior.
At guard, 5'2" junior, number 3, Emma.
Number 3, Emma Lloyd is a sophomore.
5'8" senior, number 10, Autumn.
Number 10 is a senior, Autumn Gilly.
And in the center, 5'9" sophomore, number 24, Annie.
And number 24, Annie Villarreal is a sophomore. They are coached by Darren Dingenhart. Assistant coach is Jim Inman. So that's your starting lineup for the Marissa Meteors.
For the Edwards County Lions. At forward, 5'9" senior, number 23, Isabel.
Number 23, Isabel Shepard.
In the forward, 5'8" junior, number 24, Lexi.
And number 24 is Lexi McKinney.
At guard, 5'1" senior, number 2, Gracie.
Number 2 is Gracie LaFollette.
At the other guard, 5'6" junior, number 20, Kason.
And number 20 is Casey Nelson.
And in center, 5'9" freshman, number 20.
Number 21 is Grace Bishop. The head coach of the Edwards County Lions is Jonathan Hinton. Assistant coach Christy St. Ledger, Abby Ellis, Abby Mawson, and Haley Kennard. And now, getting ready to give you the play-by-play is Mr. David Rigg.
Thank you, Troy. And here we go, folks. The Edwards County Lions in the championship game of the Steeleville Class 1A Girls Basketball Regional Tournament. Our opponent tonight, the Marissa Coulterville Meteors. Isabel Shepard will jump at midcourt for Edwards County against Anna Villarreal. Official steps in with the basketball. And we're just about set to go. Glad to have you watching on the NFHS Network. Tip control of Edwards County. Here comes Shepard across the line, pass in the right corner. That's McKinney back out to the backcourt, now to the left corner. LaFollette looking inside. Now bounce pass out to Shepard in the backcourt. In the high post, it goes to Nelson, back out to Shepard. And again, the ball tipped loose and stolen away by the Meteors. So the Lions commit a turnover here on their first possession. That's Lexi McKinney putting pressure on the driver. And now there's a ball knocked loose. There's a fight for the ball. And Casey Nelson comes up with it for Edwards County. Now to Shepard. Back outside McKinney for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes off to Marissa. Rebound there to Emma Lloyd. She's a sophomore. Lions have got the trap on. Now they get it across the line. Down the far side, that's Lloyd. Now the ball knocked loose again. And Gracie LaFollette comes up with it, but now it's stolen back by the Meteors. Now a pass up the court. And now the ball knocked loose. And we're going to get a foul called. That's either going to be on Marissa or on Edwards County. And I think it's going to be against the Meteors, number 24. Anna Villarreal gets the foul as she tried to steal it back from Isabel Shepard. Casey Nelson brings the ball right down the middle of the court. Comes into the backcourt, sends it left wing to LaFollette. In down low, there's a shot by Bishop, and it's up and in. Grace Bishop gets the first basket of the ball game in the lane. Marissa may have a lot of trouble stopping Grace Bishop tonight. Lions have got the trap on. Meteors having trouble with it. Time running, and they finally get it across the line. This is Cruz. Double team, but won't take it away by McKinney. McKinney now feeds it under to LaFollette. Back outside. Shepard shoots. Off the rim, no good. Ball tipped around. LaFollette comes up with it, puts it up and in. Gracie LaFollette gets the basket. Edwards County 4. Marissa, nothing. Lions have got that 1-2-2 trap on. And now we get a traveling call against the Meteors. Just as we suspected, Troy, Meteors are going to have a hard time working against our trap. Now here's Robb and Nussmeyer in, replacing Nelson and McKinney. All right, Robb triggers it in now to Shepard. Now back to Robb. Alice, the freshman, dribbling, passes in the corner. Shepard down low, Nussmeyer. Now all stolen away by the Meteors. Stolen away there by Emma Lloyd. Now the Meteors get it down the far sideline. This is Lloyd sending it in the corner. That there is Lanier. Lanier really being pestered there. The ball comes outside. Shot is up and in. Autumn Gilly got that basket for the Meteors. And now there goes Isabel Shepard right down the line, laying it up and in. And just like that, Edwards County is on top 6-2. Trap working well here. Meteors now get it across the line, but they're going to throw it away. Sometimes, Phil, even though they may get it across the line, they still commit a turnover trying to get it up the court further. All right, Alice Robb is going to bring the ball up the court for the Lions. She comes to the right side, sends it in there to Nussmeyer. Back out to Robb. Robb loops it over here to the left wing to LaFollette. Gracie, one dribble to Robb. Alice dribbles down the left side, gives it off on the weave to Bishop. And there's Robb for three. That's off the back iron, no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Lanier for the Meteors. And that's Lloyd going down the far right side. Ball taken away by Nussmeyer. Up ahead pass, saved from going out of bounds there by Robb. Now it comes out to the backcourt. This is Bishop in the corner. Robb. Alice dribbling, sends it out to Shepard. Isabel, one of the two seniors on the squad. The other is LaFollette. Pass comes over to LaFollette here on the left wing. In the corner, there goes Shepard. On nice feed underneath to Bishop. And she is fouled as she puts up a shot. And Grace Bishop will get 2 free throws here for Edwards County. Lanier gets the foul called against her. And so with 4:25 to go here in this first quarter, Edwards County leading 6-2. Couple of free throws here for Grace Bishop. It's up, and it's good. Bishop will shoot one more. So right now we've got Nussmeyer, Shepard, Bishop, Robb, and LaFollette on the floor for the Lions. Here's the second free throw in the air, and that one's no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Villarreal. for the Meteors. Lions have got that trap working again, and they're going to throw it away. They threw it away. So the Lions will get it now, and the Meteors have seen enough. They want timeout. 4:15 on the clock. Edwards County 8, and the Meteors 2. Floyd?
Rick and Kelly Wolf, United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street and Albin. One stop for all of your insurance. Yeah, we need insurance. Call United Mutual Insurance. All right. Dr. Lawrence Spear, Holly and Sam Spear Chiropractic Clinic on the west side of the Courthouse Square in Albin. And Mark and Cora Robb are the parents of Alice Robb.
All right, we're ready to go back to play. Lions will have the ball out of bounds. It'll be Nussmeyer to trigger it in to Shepard. Lola sends it in. Isabel brings the ball up the court. Now it comes to the right side with a pass to Nussmeyer. Back to the backcourt to Robb. Now to the left wing, will follow it in the corner, Shepard. Cross-court pass to Nussmeyer. Lola, one dribble, back out to Robb. Now left side. There's a long three. Good! The boom got bombers! Gracie LaFollette hits the three. Edwards County 11. And Marissa 2. Now they're still working against the trap. They get it across the line. Dribbling down there, that was Gilly. Now out to Lloyd. Lloyd in the lane, and ball knocked loose, but the Meteors get it back. That is Cruz with the ball. Dribbling to the right side, turns in the lane, pops it up on the glass, no good. Rebound comes off to Nussmeyer. Lola out on the drive down this left side. Back out, Shepard shoots a three. That's an air ball, but the rebound to Robb. Back out to Shepard. Now to Robb in the left side. She dribbles out. Cross-court pass, LaFollette. Now to Robb to the left side. Shepard dribbles in. She's going to be called for traveling. 3:11 to go, first quarter. Now here comes McKinney and Nelson back in. This time for LaFollette and Robb. As Coach Jonathan Hinton is able to use his substitutes quite extensively, which is a big advantage over many teams the Lions face. Many teams the Lions face don't have that many girls that can play on the varsity level. All right, Meteors trying to get it up. They finally get it across the line. This is Villarreal. They send it over to Cruz. Out of the basket, the ball knocked loose, and it was out of bounds. Touched last by the Meteors. 2:55 on the clock now. Edwards County 11, and Marissa Coulterville 2. Here comes Kaysen Nelson down the middle of the court. Passes to the right wing. That's Shepard in the corner. McKinney dribbles in. Had the ball knocked loose. Picked up by Bishop. And she is fouled as she puts up a shot. So Grace Bishop is going to get 2 more free throws.
Fouls on the Meteors, number 10, Autumn Gilly.
And Gilly gets her first personal foul. And Bishop now with the free throws. Puts the first one up. That's no good. Grace shot real well at the free throw line Monday night, Troy, but she had been having some foul shooting problems in the last 2 or 3 games of the season. She's missed 2 out of 3 so far. This one's up, and that one is just barely off the rim, no good. So 0 for 3, or 1 for 4 now for Bishop at the free throw line. All right, Meteors get it across the line. That is Villarreal getting it over here now to Gilly. Gilly over to Cruz on the left wing. She dribbles up to the free throw line. Now sends it in the right corner. That's Neal driving in, or Lloyd I should say, under the basket, and it's going to be a traveling call against the Meteors. So with 2:17 to go first quarter, Edwards County will have the ball out of bounds, leading 11-2 in this championship game of the Steeleville Class 1A Girls Regional. Pass over here to Nussmeyer on the left wing. In the corner to Shepard. Isabel, bounce pass down low. Bishop, twisting, turning, and she's tied up. Good defensive work there by Hannah Cruz for the Meteors. And the possession arrow will give the ball to the Meteors. Pass comes in to Cruz. Cruz here on the left side. Starts a dribble. Loops it over to the other side of the court to Gilly. Now in the corner. It went in there to Lanier. Dribbling in. There's a shot put up in the lane. Good by Autumn Gilly. Autumn Gilly has both baskets for the Meteors. McKinney feeds it out to Shepard. Now turnaround shot is good by Grace Bishop. Grace Bishop now with her second field goal has 5 points. A minute 30 left in the quarter. Edwards County up 13-4 now. Media's working against time. Get it across the line. Here's Villarreal down the right side. Back to the backcourt. On the dribble here. They feed it over here to Lloyd. Lloyd now to Cruz. Under the basket. The shot is no good, but a foul against Edwards County. And it's charged to Grace Bishop. First team foul against Edwards County. And we'll have 2 free throws coming up here for Autumn Gilley. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Free throw is good. Gilley will get another one. Olivia Rigg checks in for Edwards County. And Isabel Shepard's going to rest on the bench for a little while here as Olivia plays for her in the lineup. Second free throw now is in the air, and that one's no good. Rebound comes off to Villarreal. Back out top of the key for 3. No good. Rebound comes off to Nussmeyer. Up the court, wide open. Bishop puts it up and in. Good pass from Lula Nussmeyer to Grace Bishop, who gets the layup. Edwards County 15 and Marissa 5. And the ball knocked loose again. Stolen by the Lions. Nussmeyer. Pass knocked loose on the floor. Picked up by Nussmeyer. Lola on the dribble at the free throw line. Sends it back out to Rigg. Now to Bishop. Over to the right wing. And that's going to be a traveling call against Lola Nussmeyer. So let's see. Right now we have 3 freshmen on the floor. And 2 juniors. The 2 juniors are McKinney and Nelson. All right, the pass comes in to Cruz. Now it comes over here to this side to Klingman, who's in the lineup now for Marissa. Now the ball's stolen away. Nussmeyer drives down the left side of the lane, has the ball tied up and taken away from her. Good defensive play there by Hannah Cruz for the Meteors. With the ball now, this is Gilley. 14 seconds now. The ball slides out of bounds here, down here in front of us. And so Edwards County, no, I think they're going to say it's Meteor's ball. It'll be triggered in by Hannah Cruz, a sophomore. She's looking for somebody to get open, finally gets it in. Villarreal lost the ball into the Edwards County bench, but it will still belong to the Meteors now with 10.4 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Edwards County 14 and Marissa Coulterville 5. Pass comes in. Down the right baseline, the shot is up and in by Hannah Gilley. Autumn Gilley now, she has all of the points so far for Marissa. Here's Nussmeyer at the horn ending the first quarter, and her score is Edwards County 14, Marissa Coulterville 7. Troy?
Ed and Mary Bailey, Mike and Charlotte St. Ledger, Jason and Amy McCarty are the parents of Grace McCarty. Brian and Amanda Groff are the parents of Allison Groff. Surefire Barrel Horses, Lillian and Lola Nussmeyer, cheering for Lola Nussmeyer. Matt and Christy St. Ledger, the parents of Carlin St. Ledger. Complete HVAC and Plumbing, serving Edwards, Wayne, Wabash, White, Richland, and Clay counties. For service and free estimates, call 618-445-3329. Wishing the Edwards County basketball teams a good season. Preston and Cassie Nelson are the parents of Case and Nelson. Fairfield Monument Sales, see Jimmy Taylor at Nails Funeral Home. For all of your monument needs, call 842-3788.
Gracie LaFollette checks back into the lineup for Edwards County as we start the second quarter. So it'll be LaFollette, McKinney, Nussmeyer, Nelson, and Shepard. Troy, we suspected Marissa having a lot of trouble with our trap. All right, there we go. Edwards County up 14-7. Pass comes in to Shepard. Pass to the right side, McKinney. McKinney on the right wing, looking for somebody to get open. Finally gets it out to LaFollette. Gracie, cross-court pass to Shepard. Isabel, one dribble, back to LaFollette. LaFollette to the left wing. Nelson on the dribble, one dribble. Over to the right corner, Nussmeyer. Down to McKinney. Here's Shepard. Left side in the corner, it goes to Nelson, who dribbles out of there now to the top of the key. Kaysen, outside McKinney. Here's to Shepard. 15-foot jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes off to Calderville. Rebound there to Lanier. Quickly up the court is Cruz down the right side. Double team. She gets it out of there to Kylie Klingman. Now underneath the basket. The shot is up, no good by Lloyd. Rebound comes off to LaFollette. And a foul call on the rebounding. And it'll be against the Meteors. Emma Lloyd gets the foul. It's her first. Lions will get the ball out of bounds. 7:13 on the clock. Second quarter. Edwards County 14. Marissa Calderville 7. Here's Nelson. Kaysen Nelson. Kaysen, top of the key, passing left side. LaFollette. Racy, one dribble. Looks for somebody. Passes it out to Nussmeier in the backcourt. Lola down the lane. Feeds it underneath. Nelson feeds it off to LaFollette. Her shot's no good. The ball tipped outside. And now it's dribbled off of the foot of one of the Meteors. Skillfully by Alexi McKinney to save it for Edwards County. So now Nelson will trigger it in for Edwards County. She gets it in to Shepard. Isabel dribbling in the backcourt. Sends it left side, LaFollette. LaFollette, top of the key. Back to the left side. Shepard on the dribble. Can't get in. Back out LaFollette, left wing. Again to Shepard. Cross court pass in the lane. McKinney works under the basket. Puts it up. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes off to Villarreal. And now the ball is loose on the floor. It goes out of bounds. Touch last by Edwards County. So the Meteors will get it in front of their own bench. 6:28 on the clock, second quarter. Still Edwards County on top, 14-7. Pass comes in. This is Cruz down the middle of the court. Getting it off there to Villarreal. Villarreal, ball knocked loose, stolen by the Lions. Picked up by Nelson. Over here to Nussmeier on the left side. Back outside to Nelson. Over to the right wing. Shepard dribbles in. Pass underneath intended for Nelson. Stolen away by the Meteors. It'll be brought up by Hannah Cruz. Down the middle of the court she goes. Picked up by Nelson as she comes to the top of the key. Now goes down the lane. Puts up a shot no good, but a foul against Edwards County. Let's see who gets that for Edwards County.
Foul on the Lions, number 23, Isabel.
It'll be on Isabel. That's her first. Team foul number 2 against Edwards County. And Hannah Cruz will get the free throw for the Meteors. 5:59 on the clock now, second quarter. First free throw is way up in the air, and it's good. That was a rainbow free throw, Troy. Now Grace Bishop checks back in for Edwards County, replacing McKinney. And now getting ready to check in for the Meteors. Well, she's going to have to wait until after this free throw, apparently. Hannah Cruz will shoot one more free throw. It is up and good. Back into the lineup, Autumn Gilly for the Meteors. And Hannah Cruz is going to take a rest on the bench. Lions lead now is only 5, 14-9. Here's Nelson. To LaFollette, back to Nelson. Now Shepard on the left wing. Pass in the corner, LaFollette. Back out, Isabel. In the post it goes to Nussmeier. Right side, Nelson drives in. To the corner, LaFollette shoots a three. Good! It's good for 2. LaFollette gets a 2 out of that basket. And that makes it 16-9 Edwards County. Lions did not put the trap on that time. Meteors dribbling in the backcourt. Waiting for somebody to break open. Now it goes to the left side. That's Lloyd. Dribbles down the lane. Hooks it up. And good. Emma Lloyd. And that makes it 16-11. Edwards County by 5. Now we're going to get a traveling call on Kaysen Nelson. And Coach Jonathan Hinton doesn't like what he's seeing. He calls timeout with 5:10 to go in the second quarter. Lions up by only 5, 16-11. Troy?
We've got Martha Spear, that's Allison Groff's grandmother. James and Patty Steinsaltz are the grandparents of Carlin St. Ledger. We also have Larry and Linda Schmittler. Are you thinking about having an auction? Call Taylor Auction Service at 618-889-6889. One call does it all. Or on the internet at www.taylorauction.net. Mark Taylor, former West Salem and Bone Gap resident, has offices in Heron, Illinois, Douglas, Georgia, and Houston, Texas.
Troy, this is a very young Marissa Coldeville, too. They have only one senior. That's number 10, Autumn Gilly. All the others are either juniors, sophomores, or freshmen. Now, they don't have any freshmen that have played so far, but several sophomores have been out there for Coldeville Marissa. All right, the Meteors will have the ball out of bounds on the far side over there. Hannah Cruz, who's back in the lineup, will trigger it in. She gets it in to Gilly. Gilly guarded by Nussmeier on the dribble. Passes, the ball knocked loose, but saved by Villarreal. Villarreal to the backcourt to Cruz. She hands it off now to Gilly. Gilly with the ball above her head. Now comes to the right side. Pass underneath the basket, and they get the basket on a foul. Good feed underneath to Hannah Cruz for the basket, and she'll get a free throw out of it. And let's see who the foul was charged to.
Foul on line number 21, Grace Bishop.
And that's the second on Grace Bishop. And one free throw coming up here now for Hannah Cruz, who was 2 for 2 at the free throw line just a few seconds ago. There's that. I'll tell you what, folks, she almost hits the ceiling with the arch on her free throws, and she hits all 3 of them. All right, Lions have got the ball down low. Bishop back out to La Follette. Gracie works the baseline, pops one up, no good. Rebound comes off to the Meteors. 4.5 minutes left in the half. Edwards County's lead is only 2 points, and now they throw it away. Shepherd, I should say, throws it up to Nussmeier. Lola back outside Nelson. Over here to La Follette in the corner. Bishop back out to Gracie. La Follette, that is. Now to Shepherd. Isabel back to La Follette underneath the basket. She sends it back out to Shepherd, who shoots a 3. That's no good. Rebound Nussmeier up and in. Good rebound and put back for Lola Nussmeier. And now the Meteors will call timeout with 4 minutes to go in the half. Edwards County up by only 4 now, Troy, 18-14.
Evan and Cheryl Welker are Gracie La Follette's grandparents. Mitchell Insurance and Real Estate Agency at 18 West Main in Albin. One stop for all of your insurance and real estate needs. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife, Cherry. Gary and Janice Shepard are the grandparents of Isabel Shepard. And Britt and Fleta Shepard are Isabel's parents. Girls head basketball coach Jonathan Hinton and his wife, Becky. Greg and Nancy Nelson are Cayson's grandparents. George and Shirley Tribe are faithful supporters of the Lions, as well as Jason Wolfaker, also a faithful supporter of Edwards County Lions. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools David Calder and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallin, Camden, and Addison. May's Funeral Home in Albin and Fairfield, serving the area with professionalism and care in your family's time of need.
All right, we're ready to go back to play. 4 minutes left in this first half. Lions are up, but only by 4 now, 18-14. And looks like Marissa will get the ball out of bounds. Lions do set the trap up this time. Hey, listen, they've got a girl way up the court here. Nobody guarding her. Now they get the pass in. Now they go over to Cruz on the far corner. Now back up across the line. That's Gilly down the right side. Back there, all knocked loose, but Gilly gets it back. Now knocked loose by Rob, who's on the floor, and it's a tie-up. And let's see, the possession arrow will give the ball back to the Meteors. Right in front of the scorer's bench. Hannah Cruz will toss it in. Cruz slaps it one time and gets it in to Gilly. Autumn Gilly. Nussmeier will guard her. Gilly now, bounce pass across the line to Cruz. She's double teamed, gets out of there, dribbles in to the right corner, and the ball slapped away and stolen by Shepherd. Up to Nussmeier. Lola dribbling. Now the ball taken away from her by Lanier, but picked up by Bishop for Edwards County. La Follette has the ball now, out to Rob. Alice Robb back over here to La Follette. Again to Robb. In the right corner, that's Shepherd shooting a 3. Good! Yeah! Isabel knocks down the 3. Lions 21. Meteors 14. Trap is on for the Lions again. And the pass comes down this near side. Dribbling with it there is Gilly. Out into the top post to Villarreal. into the right corner again. That's Cruz to Lanier. To Gilly. Ball stolen away by Bishop. Bishop now feeds it off to Shepard. Isabel down the right side, and that's going to be a foul against the Meteors. And I think they'll put that on Maya Lanier. That'll be her second. And checking in now for the Meteors is number 31, Kirsten Allstat. Kirsten Allstat checks in. She is a freshman. Lions get the pass in from Rob to La Follette. Gracie back to Rob. In the postage goes to Shepard. Back out Nussmeyer. Now Rob over here on the left wing. La Follette shoots a three. That's a short one. Rebound comes off to the Meteors. 2:15 to go in the half. Lions up 21-14. Meteors ball knocked loose. Meteors do keep it though. Over here on this side. That's Gilly. Into the backcourt to Cruz. Now to Gilly. Gilly to the backcourt. Again to Gilly on the right wing. To the backcourt. That's Allstat. In the corner it goes. Dribbling in. The shot is up. No good by Gilly, but a foul against Edwards County.
Foul on the line is number 2,
Gracie La Follette. That's her first. And we'll get 2 free throws now for the Meteors. Autumn Gilly will shoot free throws for the second time tonight. She was 1 out of 2 in the first quarter at the free throw line. And that one's no good, but she'll get another one. Now here's McKinney back in, replacing La Follette. So we got McKinney, Dustmeyer, Rob, Shepard, and Bishop on the floor for the Lions with 1:49 left in the half. Second free throw is up, and that one's good. So it's Edwards County 21 and Marissa 15. Here's Nussmeyer underneath the basket. Turnaround shot. Bishop is short. Rebound Bishop put up in a foul against the Meteors, and Grace Bishop will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Villarreal gets her first foul. No, check that. That's her second, apparently. Now Nelson getting ready to check back in. Free throw is good. So one more free throw here for Bishop. 1:39 left here in this first half. Substitute going to check in for the Meteors. Here is Mia Lanier. She replaces Emma Lloyd. One more free throw for Grace Bishop. Edwards County 22. Marissa 15. Second free throw is good. And now here's Nelson in for Bishop. Edwards County up by 8, 23-15. Pass comes in. Meteors working against our 1-2-2 trap. Now they dribble. That's Cruz. Across the line. Loops it over here to Lanier. She shoots one up. Off the rim, no good. It hits the top of the backboard. That's out of bounds. So with 1:25, the Lions will get the ball. Shepard will trigger it in to Nelson. And Kaysen brings the ball up the court. Marissa working of a 2-3 zone on defense. McKinney left corner out to Rob. Pass to the right corner, Nelson. Kaysen dribbles baseline. Feeds it under to Nussmeyer, but the ball taken away. Now the Meteors will bring it up court. This is Gilly. A minute to go in the half now. Cruz has the ball on the left wing. And now there's going to be a foul on Alice Robb as she tries for a steal. That's her first. And the Meteors will get the ball out of bounds here in front of the scorer's bench with 57.5 seconds left in the first half. It'll be Cruz to check that. Allstat triggers it in. Dribbling the basketball now. This is Gilly. Gilly to Cruz. Cruz guarded by McKinney. Now covered up. Hands it off to Gilly. Gilly in the post. Ball knocked loose. Stolen by the Lions. Up to Shepard. Isabel drives in. Lays it. Oh, she missed the layup. The rebound comes off to McKinney. Now there's a tie-up on the floor. And the Meteors come away with it. 27 seconds and counting. This is Gilly. Over to Cruz. Cruz. Down the left side. Goes into the corner. with the basketball. They move it back out to Cruz. Now to Gilly. Pass stolen away by Shepard. Up ahead, McKinney. Lexi goes in. Missed the layup. Rebound comes off to the Meteors. And that's going to do it. That's the end of the first half. And our halftime score is Edwards County 23 and Marissa Colderville 15.
While I'm reading boosters, you should check your phone.
Okay.
All right. Boosters include Doug Raymer, your State Farm Insurance agent in Albion. Citizens National Bank in Albion, your full-service bank, offering checking accounts, savings accounts, business and personal loans, and safety deposit boxes. Rick and Kelly Wolf, United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albion. When you need insurance, call United Mutual Insurance. Dr. Lawrence Spear, Holly and Sam Spear Chiropractic Clinic on the west side of the Courthouse Square in Albion. Mark and Cora Robb are the parents of Alice Robb. Ed and Mary Bailey, Mike and Charlotte St. Ledger. Jason and Amy McCarty are the parents of Grace McCarty. Brian and Amanda Groff are the parents of Allison Groff. Surefire Barrel Horses, Lillian and Lola Nussmeyer, cheering for Lola Nussmeyer. Matt and Christy St. Ledger are the parents of Carlin St. Ledger. And while Dave works on just a few more stats, a reminder that this coming Friday, the Edwards County boys basketball team will be in a play-in game. It's part of the Weber Regional, but the boys will have to go to a play-in game on Saturday at Waltonville. They will be facing, naturally, Waltonville. And as Dave always says, Lord willing, he and I will have that game for you on the NFHS network. Game starts at 7 o'clock. Approximately what time do you think we'll be going on the air for that game, Dave?
Probably, if it starts at 7, 6:45.
6:45, it should be our air time for the game with Waltonville at 7 o'clock. As I just said, Dave and I will have it for you on the NFHS network.
Which, I got to be honest, I was not impressed with our halftime play.
Well, Dave, I'll tell you what, by the half, Monday night, we already had New Athens in the bag. But clearly, Dave, what happened? I felt like at one time, Edwards County was getting ready to go on a run on this Marissa team. But their head coach, Darren Dingenhart, during one of those timeouts, Dave, when he saw something that he didn't like, they're still having a little bit of a problem dealing with the Edwards County press. But they have played better defense on their end of the floor, and they are keeping this game much closer than what New Athens was able to be. I still think if Edwards County kicks it into gear, they can start to run away with this game. I believe that. But Marissa has played some good defense in this game, Dave. And who knows, maybe that was a part of what helped them be able to beat Chabot Catholic on Monday night. They seem to be able to hold teams to low-scoring games. So, like I just said, I still believe Edwards County in this second half could take charge and start to pull away with this game. But if not, if Marissa continues to play defense the way they have, especially in that second quarter, then it's anybody's ball game.
Well, we've missed several layups.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just... I felt like maybe I've been expecting too much and not giving Marissa Colderville the credit they deserve. But I felt like by halftime, we'd have this game
Well, I did too, because again, they're a lot like New Athens in that they're not a fast team.
No,
they're not very big. They're not that tall. They're not doing that much on the boards. They are not a fast reacting team to what Edwards County does, and yet they have been able to play some good defense, especially in that second quarter. So. Again, Dave, I think if Edwards County just steps it up some in this second half, they can pull away from them. But, boy, if Marissa, like I just said a little while ago also, if Marissa is able to hold this game close, it's anybody's ball game.
Well, as I said at our start, it looks like we've got pretty close to 60 Edwards County fans that have made this long trip over here to Steeleville to root for our Edwards County Lady Lions, and I'm sure they're happy that Edwards County is leading here at halftime.
Yes,
by 8 points, 23-15. But there one time we were ahead by only 2.
That's true.
And so then the Lions did finally put some stuff together, but we still got a half to play here if we want to play next Tuesday night at Christopher. In the Christopher sectional tournament, probably against Pope County. And by the way, we'll see, where's my paper here, Troy? I've got that written down here. Pope County is playing against Gallatin County tonight down at Golconda for the championship down there. Goreville is playing Mounds Meridian tonight for the championship at Mounds Regional. And at the Bluford Regional tonight, Christopher is playing the Woodlawn Cardinal, but that's going to be one.
Oh, man.
And Troy, that game probably is being carried on the NFHS network because the game is being played there at Bluford at Weber High School, and they have the NFHS cameras.
That's right.
Yeah. So people later on, after tonight, should be able to log on and watch that Christopher Woodlawn Championship game here on the NFHS network. Well, the stats here at halftime, the leading scorer for the Marissa Colderville Meteors is Autumn Gilley with 8 points. Next is Hannah Cruz with 5 points, and then it's 2 points from Emma Lloyd. They scored 7 points in the first quarter and 8 points in the second quarter, and they have 15 at halftime. Edwards County's leading scorer is Grace Bishop with 9 points. Next would be Gracie LaFollette. She has 7 points. Isabel Shepard has 5 points, and Lola Nussmeyer has 2 points. Edwards County led at the end of the first quarter 14-7. They added 9 more points in the second quarter and lead here at halftime 23-15.
Complete HVAC and plumbing serving Edwards, Wayne, Wabash, White, Richland, and Clay counties. For service and free estimates, call 618-445-3329. Wishing the Edwards County basketball teams a good season. Preston and Cassie Nelson are the parents of Cason Nelson. Fairfield Monument Sales. See Jimmy Taylor at Nails Funeral Home for all of your monument needs. Call 842-3788. Martha Spear is Allison Groff's grandmother. James and Patty Steinsaltz are the grandparents of Carlin St. Ledger, Larry and Linda Schmittler. And are you thinking about having an auction? Call Taylor Auction Service. 618-889-6899. One call does it all. Or on the internet, www.taylorauction.net. Mark Taylor, former West Salem and Bone Gap resident, has offices in Herrin, Illinois, Douglas, Georgia, and Houston, Texas.
Okay, and again, for those who may not have been with us at the start of our webcast tonight and wondered how in the world did this Marissa Colderville team get to be known as the Meteors, it's because in 1927, 3 meteor stones fell at Tilden, Illinois, which is a little town midway between Marissa and Colderville. One of the stones weighed 110 pounds, one weighed 46 pounds, and one 9 pounds. So that goes back to 1927, and that's why they are called the Marissa Coulterville Meteors. The only other weird name for a high school team that I can think of off the top is the New Berlin Pretzels.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got the Cobden Apple Knockers.
Yeah.
You got the Havana Ducks.
Yeah. On your post about the game coming up, Baron Cottle mentioned the Two Topless Wooden Shoes.
Oh, yeah. Two Topless Wooden Shoes, yeah. So, all right, we're about ready to start the second half. Let's hope our Edwards County Lions play some better basketball here in the second half and ease my fears, if nobody else's. I don't know. I'd be surprised if some of the Edwards County fans who have made this trip down here are a little bit concerned with what we saw here in the first half. But let's count our blessings. We are at least on top, 23-15, as we get ready to start the second half. Lions' usual starters out on the floor: Bishop, Shepard, LaFollette, McKinney, and Nelson. And for the Meteors, it'll be Lloyd, Lanier, Gilly, Villarreal, and Cruz. And the Lions will get the ball out of bounds. All right, Kason Nelson ready to trigger it in here. Standing there on the sidelines in front of Lola Nussmeyer's parents, who've made the trip over here. Pass comes into Shepard and back to Nelson. Kason, the point guard, comes to the middle of the backcourt. Bounce pass to the right side, Shepard. Underneath to Bishop. She turns, shoots a 10-footer, and scores. Good work for Grace Bishop to get the basket. My guess is that's something that Coach Hinton worked on at halftime to get that shot open for Grace Bishop under the basket. All right, Meteors come back quickly, feeding it to the left side. A shot inside the three-point arc, no good. There by Lanier, but the Meteors get the loose ball. Now the ball knocked loose, stolen by the Lions. Here's McKinney, feeding it off to Shepard. Shepard down the lane, puts it up, no good, and a foul against the Meteors.
Foul on the Meteors, number 5,
Nia Lanier gets her third personal foul, and Isabel Shepard will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Isabel scored 5 points in the first half. The free throw by Isabel is up, and it's good. And a substitute in for the Meteors. Kylie Klingman checks in, and she replaces Mia Lanier. Klingman is a freshman. Second free throw in the air now by Shepard is good. So Isabel gets both of them, and it's 26-15. Edwards County up by 11 now. There's the pass, comes over there to Gilly down the far sideline. Gilly now sends it into post. Shot from 15 feet, no good by Lanier, or Neal, I should say. Now the Lions out on the run. LaFollette, and Gracie falls down after losing her balance, and that's a traveling call. So the ball will go over to the Meteors on that turnover by Edwards County. Lions set the 1-2-2 trap up again. Pass comes in. That's Neal to Gilly. Back to Neal. Neal guarded there by LaFollette. Also double teamed there with McKinney. Now they get it across the line, and now they throw it away. Isabel comes down this near sideline on the run, goes to the baseline, sends it back out to LaFollette. Now to the left side, McKinney in the corner. Nelson drives in, cross-court pass. Shepard inside the three-point arc, no good. Rebound comes off to the Meteors. Now the ball slapped loose, and the ball squirts out of bounds. Touch last by Edwards County. And let's see here. No, check that. Touch last by the Meteors. So Nelson will trigger it in on the left baseline. Nelson, bounce pass underneath. Bishop wide open, lays it up and in. Good out of bounds play from Nelson to Bishop for the lay-in. 29-15, Edwards County up now by 14, our biggest lead. Pass up the court. This is Villarreal. Double team, gets it out of there. Gilly shot. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Shepard. Isabel. Up the court it comes to McKinney. McKinney back out to Shepard. Now over to LaFollette, and Gracie can't get it. It goes into the bench, out of bounds. And the Lions with another turnover. Give the ball to the Meteors. with 5:57 on the clock, third period. Here's Klingman's pass comes in. This is Gilly. Back to Lloyd, Emma Lloyd. Over here to Gilly. Now they get it across the line. That's Cruz in the backcourt. Cruz guarded by McKinney. Sends it in the corner. Three-point shot by Lloyd is off the rim, no good. Rebound Shepherd for Edwards County. Isabel down the court. Up to Bishop. Bishop back outside. LaFollette dribbles in. Sends it back out to Shepherd. Isabel drives in. Underneath. Oh, beautiful pass from Isabel to Grace Bishop for the lay-in. Grace Bishop now's got 15 points, Troy. And Coach for Marissa has seen enough. He wants timeout. 5:25 to go, Troy. This is what we were hoping for. Edwards County 31, Marissa 15.
Evan and Cheryl Welker are Gracie LaFollette's grandparents. Mitchell Insurance and Real Estate Agency at 18 West Main in Albin. One stop for all of your insurance and real estate needs. Dr. Chris Ballard and his wife, Jerry. Gary and Janice Shepard are the grandparents of Isabel Shepard. And Britt and Fleta Shepard are Isabel's parents. Girls head basketball coach Jonathan Hinton and his wife, Becky. Greg and Nancy Nelson are Cason's grandparents. George and Shirley Tribe are faithful supporters of the Edwards County Lions, as well as Jason Holfaker is a faithful supporter of the Edwards County Lions. Edwards County Superintendent of Schools David Counder and his family, David, Tiffany, Dallin, Camden, and Addison, and Nails Funeral Home in Albin and Fairfield, serving the area with professionalism and care in your family's time of need.
All right, 5:25 on the clock, third period. Edwards County playing much better here in this second half.
Yes.
That makes me feel a lot better, Troy. All right, Meteors will have the ball out of bounds. It'll be triggered in by Kirsten. They'll be triggered in by Cruz. Cruz gets it in to Lloyd. Now the ball knocked loose, but the ball goes out of bounds. Good defensive play there by Gracie LaFollette to knock the ball out of bounds. So the Meteors will try it again at side court. Emma Lloyd, a sophomore. Check that. That's Klingman, the freshman, gets it in. On the dribble, this is Hannah Cruz. Ball knocked loose by McKinney and stolen. Lexi pops one up, no good. Rebound Nelson. She feeds it out to LaFollette, who puts it up, no good. But Gracie is knocked to the floor, and she'll get 2 free throws. Foul on Kylie Klingman. That's her first foul. And Gracie LaFollette will get 2 free throws for Edwards County. Gracie has 7 points so far in the ball game. 5:04 on the clock, third period. Free throw is no good. Gracie will get another one. LaFollette wears number 2 on her white jersey, red number 2. Free throw. That one is good. So it's now Edwards County 31 and Marissa Coulterville 15. Meteors trying to get it up the court. Cruz does finally get it across the court, down the far sideline. Now looks for somebody to pass to. Loops it to the backcourt to Villarreal. Villarreal back to Cruz. Cruz sends it over here to this left side to Lloyd. Lloyd now sends it in the corner. That is Klingman. Back to the top of the key to Cruz. Cruz down the lane. Pops up a 10-footer, no good. Rebound Nelson for the Lions. Kaysen up the court. McKinney back outside Shepard. Down the lane goes Isabel. Puts it up and in. Good drive by Isabel. That makes it Edwards County 34 and Marissa Coulterville 15. Well, we can relax now, folks. This is more like our Edwards County Lions. Now they do save it from going out of bounds. Allstott gets it off there to Klingman. Now out to Cruz. In the post it goes to Villarreal. Over to the right side in the corner. Klingman double teamed. And the ball squirts out of bounds. Touch last by Edwards County. Now we got Nussmeyer and Robb checking in for McKinney and Nelson. Coach Hinton does a lot of substituting to keep fresh legs on the floor in his 5 players out there. All right, Meteors working against the Lions' tight defense. There goes Cruz down the lane, feeds it over to Villarreal. The shot no good. Rebound, Bishop off to LaFollette. Gracie Sends it in the corner. There goes Robb, popping up a 10-footer and scores. Alice Robb gets her first basket of the ball game, and it makes it Edwards County 36 and Marissa Steeleville 15. Pass up the court. Villarreal can't get to it. Picked up by Bishop from the Lions. Bishop on the run. Feeds it underneath. Robb lays it up there. Good pass. Good pass from Bishop to Robb for the lay-in. Timeout called again by the Meteors. 3:12 to go third period. Edwards County now 38 and the Meteors 15. Troy?
Well, it's like we said, Dave. If they could start to go on a run, this is what would happen, and that's exactly what's happening. Doug Raymer is your State Farm insurance agent in Albion. Mills Funeral Home in Albion and Fairfield, serving the area with professionalism and care in your family's time of need. Citizens National Bank in Albion, your full-service bank offering checking accounts, savings accounts, business and personal loans, and safety deposit boxes.
Troy, I got to say this, I'm going to watch that game tonight for the championship up there at Bluford between Christopher and Woodlawn.
Oh, that should be a good game, too.
Yeah, and folks, if you're a subscriber to the NFHS, and obviously you are, you couldn't be watching us now, you can log in like you normally do to watch an Edwards County game, and in the search box up top, just type in Christopher. All right, the Lions steal it away. Nussmeyer underneath. Bishop puts it up and in. Grace Bishop gets another basket. She's got 8 points in this third quarter. Lions up now comfortably 40-15. Coach Hinton may be free to do some substitute. Now the Lions steal it again. Bishop lays it on the glass and scores. Bishop now with 19 points in the ball game, according to my book anyway. 2:35 and counting. Meteors better hurry and get it up the court, or they're going to lose on the 10 seconds. And they do. The 10 seconds expired. Lions trap worked. And so the Meteors will get it at side court. Alice Robb will toss it in for the Lions. Alice gets it in to Shepard. Isabel, the senior, comes to the right side with a pass to Nussmeyer. Robb now to Follett under the basket. Bishop turns, shoots it on the glass, no good. And there's a tie-up on the rebound, I think. Got a Meteors girl might be injured on that fight for the basketball. She's on the court laying down, and so far nobody going out there to check her. Now the head coach is going to walk out there. And our athletic trainer, Dakota Young, also goes out to check the girl. I can't see her number, but it's one of the Meteors who's down on the floor. Now she's being picked. I don't know, maybe that's her mother came out of the stands. It's number 24, Annie Villarreal. She was shaken up. There might be her parents that were concerned about her. Anyway, she's going to leave the lineup here. And I don't know what happened, but it was while they were fighting for the rebound there.
Right.
And let's see, checking in to replace her is number 22, Ashlyn Cathcart. Ashlyn Cathcart, a freshman. So it's Villarreal, the sophomore, who was injured on that rebound attempt. So they'll get the basketball with 2:15 and counting in the third period. This is Lloyd, guarded there by Robb. Comes down the left side, the ball knocked loose and stolen, and now Shepard falls down. Isabel lost her balance and fell down, and that's a traveling. No, they call foul. Emma Lloyd gets the foul. So that's why Isabel fell down. She was fouled. Pass in the corner, LaFollette on the left side. She hands it off to Shepard. The ball looped out to Nussmeyer in the backcourt. In the high post, Bishop. Back out, Isabel for three. Rims out, no good. Rebound to the Meteors. Rebound to Lanier. Lanier gets the ball off now to Lloyd. Lloyd double teamed, gets it out of there. They're trying to get it loose. Now the ball stolen away. There goes Lola for the layup, and she scores. Nussmeyer now with 4 points in the ball game. Edwards County comfortably up now 44-15 with 1:24 remaining here in the third period. This is Lloyd. in the post. The ball stolen away by Nussmeier, but stolen back by Lloyd. Back outside it goes to Allstat. Allstat now in the corner, and a whistle as the ball squirts out of bounds, and a foul probably against Edwards County on Grace Bishop. That's 3 on Grace. And the Meteors will get the ball out of bounds at right baseline with 1:09 left in the third period. Edwards County 44. Marissa Colderville 15. Passing the lane. Now they missed a shot under the basket by Cruz. Rebound to Edwards County. There goes Gracie LaFollette down the far sideline. She sends it back out to Shepard. Now Nussmeier in the post to Bishop. Shepard, now Nussmeier, 3-point shot, off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, sent back out to Shepard, out of the basket, Robb puts it up and in. Good pass from Isabel Shepard. Alice Robb now has 6 points in the ball game. 40 seconds left in the third period. And the Meteors now there's a bad pass stolen away by Nussmeier. Lola goes in, lays it up and in. Lola's got 6 points now. And Edwards County 48, and the Meteors 15. We should have a running clock in the second half here soon for the fourth quarter. Pass under the basket, the shot is up, no good, but a foul on Edwards County. And that will put Kylie Klingman at the free throw line.
Number 2, Gracie LaFollette.
And that's the second foul on Grace LaFollette. So Klingman now will shoot 2 free throws here for the Meteors, and she hits the first one. That makes it Edwards County 48, and Marissa Colderville 16, I should say. Second free throw is in the air, and that one is good. So the freshman Klingman gets both free throws. Here's Nussmeier to Robb. Left side, LaFollette. Back outside, there's Shepard down the line, feeding it to Robb. Nussmeier, now LaFollette in the corner to Bishop. Grace, cross-court pass. Shepard shoots just before the horn, no good. That's the end of the third period. The score, Edwards County 48 and Marissa Colderville 17, Troy.
Rick and Kelly Wolf, United Mutual Insurance Company at 14 North 4th Street in Albin. When you need insurance, call United Mutual Insurance. Dr. Lawrence Spear, Holly and Sam, Spear Chiropractic Clinic on the west side of the Courthouse Square in Albin. Mark and Cora Robb, parents of Alice Robb, Ed and Mary Bailey, Mike and Charlotte St. Ledger, Jason and Amy McCarty, parents of Grace McCarty, Brian and Amanda Groff, parents of Allison Groff, Surefire Barrel Horses, Lillian and Lola Nussmeier, cheering for Lola Nussmeier, Matt and Christy St. Ledger, parents of Carlin St. Ledger, Complete HVAC and Plumbing, serving Edwards, Wayne, Wabash, White, Richland, and Clay counties. For service and free estimates, call 618-445-3329. Wishing the Edwards County basketball teams a good season. Preston and Cassie Nelson are the parents of Kason Nelson. Fairfield Monument says, see Jimmy Taylor at Nell's Funeral Home. For all of your monument needs, call 842-3788.
All right, Olivia Rigg, another freshman, checks into the Edwards County lineup. She will join Kason Nelson, Lola Nussmeier, Grace McCarty, and let's see, Alice Robb. So we've got several freshmen out there. 1, 2, 3, 4 freshmen and a junior out there on the floor for Edwards County now. Lions scored 25 points in that third quarter, while Marissa Colderville got only 2 points. That's why we lead 48-17. Pass into McCarty under the basket, and she's tied up. And the possession arrow will give the ball to Marissa. And we do have a running clock.
We do.
So it shouldn't take too long to play this fourth quarter. Stay with us after the game is over. We're going to talk with Coach Hinton as soon as they finish with the picture taking out there on the floor. So stay with us after the game for Coach Hinton's impressions of the ball game. All right, Meteors with the basketball. This is Allstott at the free throw line. Sends it out to Cruz. Cruz got it by Nussmeier. The ball slapped loose, but Cruz gets it back. Now feeds it off to Villarreal, who's back in. She's the girl who was injured, but she apparently is okay. She's back in. Villarreal being pestered by Nelson. Gets it off to Cruz. Cruz down to the right corner, sends it back outside here. That's Mia Lanier. Now in the post it goes Allstat. To the left side, Villarreal drives in, puts it on the glass, no good, and a foul against Edwards County. And let's see who that one is going. Going on Kaysen Nelson's first personal. And Annie Villarreal will get 2 free throws here for the Meteors. 6:30 and counting in this ball game. Free throw is up, no good, but she'll get another one. Edwards County 48, Marissa Colderville 17. Championship game of the Steeleville Class 1A Regional. The winner plays Tuesday night at Christopher in the sectional tournament. Free throw, that one is no good. Rebound, boxed around, fought for and tied up. And on the tie-up, possession arrow gives the ball to Edwards County. So the Lions will bring it up the court with the clock continuing to run. Under 6 minutes left now. Here's Kaysen Nelson. More freshmen getting ready to check in for Edwards County. Here's Nussmeyer out to Nelson. Now Nussmeyer, cross-court pass over here to Rigg. Out to Nelson. And a pass stolen away by Cruz. Cruz down the far side. Dribbles to the free throw line. Sends it back out to Villarreal. Villarreal, the ball above her head. Looking for somebody to pass to. Gets it off to Cruz. Cruz drives under the basket, puts it on the glass, and scores. Hannah Cruz gets her first basket of the second half. She's got 7 points now. And we're going to get a timeout call.
No, it's just to bring in those
officials timeout.
Yeah.
And we've got Allison Groff, Carmen St. Ledger, and Kendall Richards. And, of course, they join Olivia Rigg and Grace McCarty on the floor. All freshmen out there for Edwards County. This is McCarty down the left of the lane, puts it up and in. Grace McCarty gets her first basket. Edwards County 50, and the Marissa Colderville Meteors 19. This is Lloyd to Villarreal in the backcourt, guarded there by Groff. Allison Groff. Pass to driving to the right side is Villarreal. Villarreal stops the dribble, passes it over here to Cruz. This is Hannah Cruz. She's a sophomore. In the backcourt, guarded by McCarty. Pass to the right side to Allstat. Allstat to the free throw line. Sends it off now to Lanier. Now it goes to Cruz on the right wing. Cruz drives into the lane, shoots one up, and scores. Hannah Cruz gets her second basket, and that makes it now 50-21 Edwards County with 4:10 and counting on the clock, fourth period. Groff to Rigg, back over here to the right side. Allison Groff for three, off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for in the lane, it's tied up, and the possession arrow will give the ball to Marissa Colderville. So the Lions, it looks like, will be playing Tuesday night at Christopher, Troy. So I guess we'll be going to Christopher Tuesday night.
Christopher, buddy.
Yeah. Opponent, right now I'd say it's probably going to be Polk County, but that's unofficial. Pass in the lane, shot is up, no good. Shot by Lloyd, rebound cleared out by Rigg for the Lions. To Groff, up to McCarty. In the corner, it goes off there to Richards, back outside, and Allison Groff knocks down a three ball. Edwards County 53, Marissa Colderville 21. 3:15 and counting left now. Marissa getting ready to send a substitute in, and three more girls get up off the bench for Edwards County to check in here. All right, the Meteors passing it around. This is Cruz here on the left wing. She dribbles to the free throw line, lost the ball, picked up by Lanier for the Meteors. Now to Lloyd. Lloyd being pestered by Rigg, and Olivia steals it away. Olivia on the drive now, goes in, and that's going to be a foul called against the Meteors. Number 5, Mia Lanier. That's 4 on her. And now let's see, checking in, we've got the Ewing girls, Shayla and Zori. And Allie Reed also checks in for Edwards County. So the Lions have used everybody. Pass comes in the lane, off there to St. Ledger. Oh, check that. That was into Kendall Richards. She lost the ball, but it was touched last by the Meteors, so the Lions have it on the left baseline. Reed to trigger it in. Gets it into Richards, and the ball stolen away by the Meteors. Lanier will bring the ball up. Under 2 minutes left in the game now. With the ball now, this is Cathcart, and she's called for traveling. So Edwards County will get the ball. All freshmen out on the floor now. That's easy to do for it. Well, check that. That's not all freshmen. Zori Ewing is a junior, isn't she? Zori Ewing?
Yes.
Zori, top of the key. Outside, Richards takes a long three. That's no good. Rebound comes off to the Meteors. Driving down the court. That's Cathcart. Cathcart over here to Klingman. Klingman goes to the right side. Sends it in the corner. Dribbling out of the corner now. That is Cathcart. Cathcart sends it under the basket. The shot is up. No good. Shot taken there by Klingman. Lions get the rebound. This is Shayla Ewing, and she's going to be called for traveling. 1 minute to go. Lions 53. Marissa Coulterville 21. Might get in maybe one more shot here before the clock expires. So again, stay with us. We'll be talking to Coach Hinton after they finish the picture taking on the floor. This is Klingman dribbling now for the Meteors. It goes in the corner. That's Cathcart. Now they go it off to Cruz. Cruz dribbles to the free throw line. Feeds it to Lanier. Lanier to the baseline. To Cruz. Cruz down the lane. Puts it on the glass. No good. Rebound. Boxed around. Picked up by Shayla Ewing. Shayla dribbles out of there. Feeds it off now to Allie Reed. Reed back outside. Shayla Ewing over to Richards on the left side. Back outside 10 seconds. In the corner, St. Ledger. Garland. It was that Reed that shot that in, Troy. Yeah, that was Allie Reed. Allie Reed got it. Okay, Allie Reed gets a three ball. No, it was just a two. It was just a two? Yeah. Okay. Well, good for Allie Reed. Final score then is Edwards County 55 and Marissa Coulterville 21. Now, stay with us, folks. We'll be talking to Coach Hinton as soon as they finish doing things out there on the floor. You know that they're going to get the team together for a picture, and they will also then have the fans, the Edwards County fans, come out of the stands with their cell phones to take pictures as well. But I'm sure Coach Hinton will get up here as soon as he can. Well, first of all, we'll have a presentation of the championship plaque. And the Edwards County girls holding that plaque up high. They've just picked up another regional championship, their second under head coach Jonathan Hinton. And
Parents, you can come down and take photos. Feel free to.
oh, here comes Coach Hinton up here now. Troy, get your headset. Just stand right up here in front here, Jonathan. Oh, there we go. Okay, Jonathan, we won't keep you too long here. I know you want to get out there and get your picture taken, but I got to admit, I thought we were really sluggish in the first half, and I was afraid, but we caught fire in the second half.
We started slow. It seems to be a thing that we do right now, so we'll figure out how to work on that. But there's no bad teams in the regional. Regardless of their record, they had some injuries early on that changes their record a little bit, but there's no bad teams in the regional championship game.
So your second regional championship game.
It is number 2. It feels good. It feels real good.
And your win total is up to what now?
That's 94, 95,
something like that.
Somewhere in there, all right?
Okay. All right, now that means that we play again Tuesday night. We got to go to Christopher. And most likely, my guess is Pope County will probably be the team that we face, but that's unofficial. Do you know anything about them?
I don't know anything about Pope County. I played Gallatin County earlier on. They're playing at Pope County versus Pope County for the regional, so it'll be tough, but yeah, all right, so I got to get out of here.
Okay.
But yes, I look forward to it. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night.
All right, congratulations, Jonathan. All right, Jonathan's going to get out there for the picture, and appreciate him taking just a brief minute to come up here to talk with us on the Lions win. But like we said, Troy, Lions were sluggish in that first half, I thought, and Jonathan agreed.
I thought so too, Dave, but again, whatever he told them at halftime, whatever adjustments they needed to make, again, Dave, I just felt that once again, similar to the New Athens game, that Marissa was just a slower reacting team, and our team speed played a huge part again in how we got things done, Dave. And I thought, like I told you at the half, if they could come out and go on a run in that third quarter, they could put this team away, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, the scorebook bears out what we said about not our best play in the first half. At the end of the first quarter, it was Edwards County 14 and Marissa Coulterville 7. Halftime, it was Edwards County 23 and Marissa Coulterville 15. That was only, Troy, an 8-point lead at halftime. But the Lions really put it on them in the third quarter. Edwards County scored 25 points in the third quarter. Marissa Coulterville got only 2 points. And then in the fourth quarter, Marissa Coulterville got only 4 points, so they scored only 6 points. Is that right? 2, 4, 6 points in the second half. And they end up with 21, while Edwards County scores a total of 32 points in the second half and win easily 55-48. Troy, check some webcast boosters while I total up the stats here.
Complete HVAC and plumbing serving Edwards, Wayne, Wabash, White, Richland, and Clay counties. For service and free estimates, call 618-445-3329. Wishing the Edwards County basketball teams a good season. Preston and Cassie Nelson are the parents of Kason Nelson. Fairfield Monument Sales, see Jimmy Taylor at Nell's Funeral Home for all of your monument needs. Call 842-3788. Martha Spear, Allison Groff's grandmother. James and Patty Steinsaltz, the grandparents of Carlin St. Ledger, and Larry and Linda Schmittler.
Well, here's the scoring for Edwards County. Our leading scorer tonight was freshman Grace Bishop with 19 points. 9 points from Isabel Shepard, the senior. 8 points from the other senior, Gracie LaFollette. Then it's 6 points apiece for Alice Robb and Lola Nussmeyer, freshman coming off the bench for the Lions. It was 3 points from Allison Groff, getting that 3-point basket in the fourth quarter. 2 points from Grace McCarty, and also 2 points from Allie Reed. And I think, isn't that her first basket of the season?
No, I think she scored one in a game earlier this year, but the girls were still thrilled.
Oh, yeah, all the girls on the bench put up a big cheer for Allie Reed after she hit that 2-point basket from the left corner. Right now, John, I'm trying to think what his name is, Troy. I know his first name is John. I think it's John Russell. But anyway, he's cutting down the net up there at the basketball goal. And, of course, the net then will be part of the trophy for our Edwards County Lions for their regional championship here tonight at Steeleville. So what that means now is Edwards County will play again Tuesday night. That's February 21st at Christopher. And they will play in the first game at 6 o'clock against the winner of the Golconda Regional. Now, playing down there tonight at Golconda is Pope County, the host team, and Gallatin County. Because of the seeding, I'm guessing that Pope County will win it, but Gallatin County could win it. Okay?
Definitely.
So we won't know until maybe later tonight or early in the morning who Edwards County will be facing next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Whoever it is, Lord willing, Troy and I will be there to bring you all the action from Christopher next Tuesday night, starting at 5:45 next Tuesday night. Now, in the second game Tuesday night, it'll be the winner of the Mounds Regional, which I'm guessing will be Goreville, and they will meet the winner of the Bluford Regional, which I'm guessing will be Christopher. Now again, folks, those of you who are NFHS subscribers, you can log in tomorrow and watch the recording of that Christopher Woodlawn Championship game tonight there at Weber, because they have the automated NFHS camera there at Weber Township High School in Bluford. So just log in like you normally do to watch an Edwards County game, and up there in the search space, type in Christopher, and it should come up, and you can watch that game tomorrow or later tonight if you want to, whatever floats your boat. So the Lions win the regional and play next Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, and we'll have it for you here on the NFHS Network. Troy, any final comments before we shut her down for the night?
Congratulations to the Lady Lions, and we're on our way to Christopher on Tuesday.
All right, final score again tonight. The Edwards County Lady Lions, champions of the Steeleville Class 1A Regional, 55, and Marissa Colderville with 21. So until we greet you Saturday night, the boys will be playing in the Class 1A Boys Regional, and that game will be at Waltonville. And Troy and I will have that game for you Saturday night at 7 o'clock. 6:45 will be our starting time. So if you can't make the trip Saturday night to Waltonville, you can watch it here on the NFHS Network. So until we greet you Saturday night, on behalf of our webcast boosters and Brother Troy, this is Dave Riggs saying so long for just a little while.